And we're back. Welcome to the 70 Star League Division 2 here in I believe it's week 8. I am Shadtastic93, coming to you once again live. Apologies, there was a quick interruption in the background, but we are good to go. Now, we are here in another pre-recorded race. The commentary here will be live. The reactions are completely organic. But it will be Xein versus m0m0, two German powerhouses, very close together, adjacent to each other here in the rankings, 6th and 7th place. Xein with one more win than his opponent, but m0m0, of course, has racked up more points in his finishes. Really goes to show how the strength of your finish can quite often actually lead in the longer term to a higher placement in the standings. It looks like we're about to get underway. Xein and m0m0, extremely well matched against each other. It looks like m0m0 once again has opted to use the Japanese version of the game, very minor time save in store for Xein. Of course, the US version a little bit faster, seems to lag behind at the very start, but faster text boxes. In addition, we will see if m0m0 opts to go for the CCM18. I believe he has opted for that ever since the tournament started. Oftentimes considered the safer move, as the sound glitch in double pillarless can be a problem for the Japanese version. But for now, m0m0 sporting a bit of a lead, which will not last further into the race. m0m0 lands the Lakitu skip, as does Xein. And the commentator is slowly going to transition out of this David Attenborough voice, as it will get annoying later on in the run. And m0m0 entering into Bob-omb Battlefield a little bit ahead, but mostly because of that cutscene advantage that he got, which will be fading away. And Xein right behind him, and m0m0 misses the bomb. So going to be a little lagging behind for the bomb clip, and that in itself is probably going to negate the difference as the run goes on. So a little bit of insight into how these players match up against each other. They have very similar personal bests, both on either side of the 50-minute mark. m0m0 has a 49.57, so barely sporting that sub 50 time. And Xein just on the other side with a 50.16. So very close PBs, less than 20 seconds apart. And then their performance in the league also has been very consistent. m0m0 just generally just a little bit better, but overall their consistency is about the same. So m0m0's best time is a mid-50, Xein's best time is a mid-51, around the same in their worst times here in the GSA. And on average, they're finishing about a minute apart. So m0m0 definitely favored here. But in terms of consistency, they are both very, very evenly matched, with m0m0 having a slight edge in terms of performance and movement. Of course, the flip side of that is that Xein has a slight competitive edge. He has a tendency to perform better as a competitor. In some senses, he has one more race, which is indicated in his win number being one higher than his opponent's.
Here we go!
And we are joined here in the commentary booth by Rock On. How's it going, Rock On?
Hey man, I just came home from work, and Mario Action's up, so I'm happy. What about you, dude?
I'm doing quite well, Rock On, enjoying some exciting Mario 64 action. And m0m0 going here for a sock folder.
Indeed, he is.
And
you got it.
Meanwhile, getting a half cycle over here.
Dude, I just realized both are German. I was made to commentate on this race, dude.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of the first couple weeks. There were like a slew of USA versus Germany matchups, and they were all with D whatever and myself in the commentary booth, and it got really competitive.
Yeah, I can imagine, but I'm
The
trying not
worst,
to be too biased.
the worst part is you guys kept winning.
But you guys is quote unquote because I wouldn't, and I do not count myself in with those amazing runners because I frankly am not as good as them. So I'm taking a compliment. But one thing's for sure, this time Germany will win the race. Either way, so yeah.
Yeah, and it did lead to some great banter as Xein picks up that wild blue and m0m0 also doing a half cycle of his own. Led to some great banter between D whatever and me, and a shout out to D whatever, truly showing himself to be the father of the SM64 community with some dad jokes over here at chat.
Yeah, that joke was a dad joke, literally.
And we've
that's-
got m0m0 cleaning up here in 100 coin. Has a couple extra coins. That's the nice thing about this half cycle. It gives you a little more time to be precise.
Yeah, that's true. But also Xein just fell down and had to reclimb basically. That was weird. I was so focused on m0m0, I just saw that Xein had to reclimb that, but he's up there, he's fighting, and he won, so no challenge for him. Womp King.
Indeed, but he does manage to slam down the Womp King. Or really just, his name is Womp. He's just a Womp. He represents the Womp Collective, but has no special power of his own except as a representative of his people. But Mario clearly doing some union busting.
Yeah, and also it takes 3 ground pounds to take him down, so it kind of, I don't know, maybe it's just he just grew bigger because he ate all the other Wumps' food. I don't know. Maybe that just happened to me and my brothers at home. Maybe I'm just working on my own trauma. I don't know.
Indeed, clearly the big brother of the Womp bunch. Could be a brotherhood. Maybe they take that saying a little bit more literally. And we have a little sibling rivalry between these species. Xein having a little trouble entering into Princess Peach's secret slide. Did opt to do Womps first, so he's doing Womps 8.
Oh yeah,
sacrificing
true.
a second. But I'm going to predict a 12.7 for Xein. Oh, nope. Looks like it's going to be a 13.4.
Not too good, but he can retry instantly, so...
Indeed, he will not have that hanging over his head for all of Womps. Nothing more humiliating than getting a 14.1 and having to carry that over your head as you go into the hardest split in the early.
Yeah, definitely. Hardest.
I'm going to say 12.6 from m0m0.
Speaking about, yeah, I was going to say 12.6 for m0m0 and 12.7 I'm going to say for Xein.
I'd say 12.6 from Xein.
Alright, we'll see.
12.9. Commentators' performance is very much lackluster. Certainly want to practice a little bit more, maybe open up the GameShark Pro and use the level reset on that Peach's Secret slide and practice those predictions.
Yeah, I always say that I have to just watch streams and just do the slide on my own, but I wish I had the time, but I'm gonna just say it so I put myself into pressure. I'm gonna practice slide times and guessing slide times until 2 weeks time, I'd say. 2 weeks.
We should have a category just for that, like with billiards, where there's like a special version where you have to call every shot. It's just Peach's Secret Slide, or no, it's literally every star, but you have to predict exactly what your time's gonna be. And Xein gets the instant rollout on the Switch. Beautiful text box skip.
That would be next level time guessing. Yeah, both had good flying, and they're quite close. Not gonna lie to you, I'm excited for Dogwell because, yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah,
Can be a
looks
tricky
like
stage.
m0m0 going here for gets a little bit burn. Gonna be able to get a shig with optimal movement.
Yeah, let's see if he can still clutch that out. That was a weird angle. Ah, it was weird because
Ooh, that was good. I think he would have gotten it, but is
that's
going to
bad
have to
now.
go for
Oh, inside
is
ledge
it?
grabs.
Ooh, Xein ledge grabs, and looks like that is going to be a normal cycle from Xein, and I think Momo might actually be making like a post normal cycle even. Looks like this is a budget normal.
Climbing
Whoa.
that spiky pole there.
Momo.
Missing the
Oh
red credit.
no!
He
He kneels back.
falls to his death.
That was so that was so suboptimal. Turns out dying in Dark World is not the optimized move.
Yeah, for the people who
Yeah.
tell that we do not know much about the game, or at least I have been told sometimes, yeah, I can confirm with my knowledge that dying in Dark World does lose time. I tried it myself. I did the math. I did the runs. I died a lot of times in Dark World, believe me. I know it does lose time. I can confirm that.
m0m0 World Death. But we're gonna be seeing a safe normal cycle coming out from m0m0.
Yeah, gotta go safe there. Collecting the coin this time.
And gonna make it through. But Xein picking up that key, and he is on his way.
Yep. No double firsties. Feels bad, man.
Feels heckin' bad. And you know, and that's the interesting, that's the duality of this matchup, which is that Xein has the better record. He has a better record in competitive racing, but m0m0 has the faster times, and he is ahead in the standings, partly because of how good his times are. So that kind of, in the scope of this individual game, that can mean any number of different things. But what we do know is that m0m0 is a more consistent player, but that Xein always has that competitive edge going for him. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually not too sure. Like, since I came in late, I would have loved to look at the brackets on the table, but I'm quite certain that m0m0 can save some time here and there. Things are gonna happen.
Basically, the story of the glory here is that m0m0 is in 6th place with Xein right behind him, but Xein actually has a better record. But m0m0 has earned more points in his losing matches that have allowed, and more points in his winning matches most likely, that have also allowed him to rack up quite a lead over Xein. But the winner of this match will be ahead of the loser of this match at the end of the week.
That's crazy because, you know, I always felt, yeah, those points, even if you lose, those points are nice to have, but they don't make that big of a difference. But it makes sense. I mean, you can earn technically 30 points even without a W. So yeah, it makes total sense, and that just proves that my math is just not like at its peak, I'd say. So yeah, that makes a lot more sense, and I never thought about it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Commentary getting called out on big brain statements. Well, to be fair, if, for example, two players that weren't as close together were to play, it's entirely possible that you could gain 90 points on, like, you know, say Drogi were to play Blue Bob, and Drogi got 60 points and Blue Bob got 30, Drogi would still be behind Blue Bob. So the whole idea is that depending on how many points behind your opponent you are, that race might have implications for how you two match up against each other.
It's so interesting. Such a cool system.
Yeah, really cool system. And Xein looks like he is going to go for the CCM18, as is m0m0. Not too surprising, pretty much the name of the game. So basically the way the scoring system works is that there are 90 points up for grabs in every match. 60 of them go to the winner. No questions asked, hands down. Whoever wins gets those 60 points. Of the remaining 30, there is an up to 5-minute differential between the runners. And depending on how many, so basically it's awarded for 1 point for every 10 seconds ahead of your opponent you are, you get 1 of those points. So there's 30 points up for grabs. If Xein finishes 10 seconds ahead of m0m0, he will get 1 extra point. And for every 10 seconds, he gets yet another point. And then the remainder of those points go to m0m0. who just died on
Who
wall
just
kicks will
died?
work.
Yeah.
On literally one of the easiest stars in the game, we're seeing a lot of deaths here. Momo's not alone. Many people have been dying on wall kicks will work, and it's getting to be an epidemic.
Twice? What? That's bad.
Looks like Momo has an aggressive strain of the wall kicks will work death syndrome.
He just indicated that he died 3 times, but please don't die a 3rd time here. Yeah, good. Oh, but he bongs, but yeah.
Hope not.
Not getting a walking anger here. Shaking his head in disbelief. That was a harsh star. Harsh star for Momo here, but he gets it.
So the simplest way to show it is the extreme examples, right? If you finish over 5 minutes ahead of your opponent, you get all 90 points. If you finish less than 10 seconds ahead of your opponent, you get only 60 points, with 30 points going to your opponent. And then for every 10 seconds in between those, there's 1 more point that goes to you. Which means that even if you've lost the race, there is always a good reason exempting like really, really, really bad runs. There's almost always a reason to stay in there, stick with it. I think we've only had one race where when the winner finished, that the loser was so far behind that it wasn't worth it for them to continue. And at that point, we just got to move on to the next race. But that does not really happen because these players are very evenly matched. Their PBs are very close. They're very consistent players of their own. Except for the ones that sometimes die a couple times and wall kicks will work.
Yeah, but you know, it's an easy star, yes. But if you don't do, and Xein did that. Xein just mashed A, so he would get a wall kick, and he then did not have the optimal movement because he didn't hold A long enough, so he did not have very much height from the wall kick. So he had to wall kick more often, and that cost time. Momo tried to do the fastest strat, and if you for some reason do not get one of the couple of frames you have to get a wall kick, if you don't press A there, you just die. And it looks like a free star, but it's kind of easy to die. It's easy to get it, but it's also easy to die on that star. I can totally understand and feel the death there. But yeah, twice is a shame. But oh well.
Oh well, indeed. And Xein gonna be finishing up Binny's Brewhouse as Momo's entering. So this kind of illuminates the scope of Xein's lead because of those 2 deaths. BBH, one of the shorter levels for sure. Very, very, very quick split. But at the same time, it is still a full level. And Momo missing a bit of a wall kick here, having a little trouble, kind of breaking down.
Wall kicks don't work for Momo today.
Yeah, it seems to be a problem with wall kicks. Of course, wall kicks inherently entail pressing the button A. And as I've said before, pressing A is the hardest part of this game, without a doubt.
Definitely. Close to pressing B, actually, but pressing A is really hard.
For sure. Oh no, Xein presses his A and B a little too far apart, it looks like, and gets a jump throw going. Or I guess hits the flat surface on the hill, which is very difficult to do. That might be what happened.
Yeah, I think that happened. But I'm not too familiar with all the technical stuff about that star. I have yet to learn Plus. That is my biggest confession here. I can't do that. I was trying to do it, but then, you know, I'm a slow learner.
Honestly, it's one of those stars that it takes a really long time to get it, and then once you start getting the hang of it, it kind of ramps up real quick.
Yeah.
But it's also it's a decent time save, but it's also like chances are most people who do pillarless don't really need to do pillarless. At this level, obviously, like you want to be doing it, but even myself, right? I do pillarless because I'm confident in it, but there are times where I'll just be like, you know what, I don't feel good, I'm just going to take the shell, and it honestly doesn't hurt your run very much.
Yeah. For example, I have a 59-19 PB, so I don't need to do that trick. Like, maybe if my PB gets, like, if I lower it by 8 minutes, I might actually think about it, but yeah, not at this point. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
so hard
Until
for
you're
me.
going for like a 52 or 51, you certainly can absolutely can get away with not doing pillar lift.
Yeah, but Momo cannot do that. He just threw the bomb away like he doesn't need it anymore. Like that was not good. Needs every time safe, Momo. That's
And
Xein.
Xein going to be going for the second easiest form of lava boost.
Yeah,
And
I'm
Momo
kind of
retaking here.
disappointed every time. I want to see the triple jump method. Oh, Momo struggling.
Momo struggles, but he picks it up.
Looks. Oh, yeah, should
We
be
did have a
fine.
triple jump last race, or 2 races ago.
Oh man, I wasn't there. I have to rewatch that just for a triple jump, and it's good because I have subbed to the GSA channels on YouTube, so I can just easily go there, you know, see what I miss, and then just like over the weekend because I have time there, and
Yeah,
watch all the races and all the things.
type !YouTube to find the VODs of all races that you missed and catch the exciting action on your own schedule. We have done our best to keep the schedule nice and consistent, and huge shout outs. I cannot stress this enough. Cannot stress this enough. And he actually just went AFK so that he wouldn't actually hear this, unfortunately. But huge shout outs to our restreamers and to the GSA admins who are putting in the overtime. Today we've got Milo on the restream. He is our Thursday guy, and then you've got Steve O'Broyle, obviously, probably even in chat right now. Shout outs to both of those guys who are our main dudes for streaming every single match on a consistent schedule every single week. But on top of that, in order to get these matches to you on a consistent basis, we are pre-recording games for which our admins are putting in extra hours to go record those games and then restream them. So they're putting in double hours for a lot of these matches. So massive, massive props to them. Working constantly behind the stage to bring you exciting Mario action.
I was nodding the whole time. You said that. I can only sentence what you just said. So, yeah. Crazy amount of work. I love you guys for it. I love the whole thing here. I love GSA. I love that this is a thing and it's every week, twice a week. SM64, even other games. And I'm having a blast being part of this, so yeah. Do us a favor.
Speaking of blasts, Momo boosts himself up onto the bully platform and kills that bully.
That's segue, man. I'm gonna write down every segue you actually make. I'm gonna learn from that.
It's a practiced skill. When I got the exciting news that the Global Speedrun Association was sponsored by Onyx.tv, I got working on ways to encourage and support our sponsors because they support us.
Yeah, I'm speechless at the moment. It doesn't happen often. I'm quite the talker, but that just happened.
I certainly know what that's like to be a talker that is. And also to be speechless because the quality of play here at the Global Speedrun Association has been stellar. Minus the occasional death on walk kicks will work, but other than that, impeccable. Panencoecable.
Again, I can sentence that 100%. Again, no triple jump lava boost here. Or not lava boost, but you know what I mean. Boost up there. The thingy where Mario burns his bum and then he's up there and collects a star. You know that thing.
For sure.
I'm gonna have to talk to those guys. I do not approve. I do approve. I do approve, however, that Xein is already in DD. Yeah. It's, you know, yeah. I keep saying.
Wow,
Oh,
Xein!
that was close. That was close.
Like, why? Why would you do that movement?
That was weird.
It's like you know what it looked like? It's like the car that goes like the car from the movie in the Thriller that's like there's the cliff there and he goes all the way like 100 feet inland and then turns around and starts revving his engine to drive straight toward the cliff. That's what it seems like when Xein turns around and starts paddling full throttle toward the vortex. I'm like, what the heck do you think you're doing? Are you trying to die here?
Yeah, that was really weird. I'm guessing that was not on purpose, actually. That's just my guess. He did not want to die on purpose here. But
I would tend to agree with you, Rockon. I do believe that he did not indeed want to die, as this is 70 star, and the regular Mario categories have no form of death warping.
yeah, yeah.
And,
Oh man, words are hard now. But
I'm
Momo's
picking up.
Let's see if Momo does not get a near-death experience here. He has had enough, very not near, but very in the midst of death experiences. So yeah, he's gonna you know pass on that. Just gonna grab the star without any hiccups here.
Oh, and Xein misses the. Oh no, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I keep falling
Yeah.
for that. I keep falling for that.
Exactly.
When you turn through that second hoop, the 2 flashes off screen, and since we can't hear the sound of like the secret flashing, I always get thrown off by it.
I was about to say the same thing. It always gets me, and I always feel stupid because yeah, they get the rings, and I always feel like, oh no, that's a big mistake, and then it's not, and then I'm like, yay, they didn't do any mistake, and it gets me every time, dude. I was about to say the same thing you said, so yeah.
Well, fortunately, I do not need to make a commentary mistake to feel stupid. But Xein gonna be headed here into Fire Sea, and Momo going for backs up.
Yeah, backs up. Way more comfy. You eat a ton of leg there, but yeah.
For sure, and Xein gonna hop into this lava boost.
Ooh,
Very good cycle from Xein.
Xein actually does not give Momo a chance to get to make up big time. Like that was a clean Fire Sea. His DD was, except for that that experience was quite clean. So Xein actually playing quite well this race.
Xein is on top of it. Yeah, he's really killing it. I don't think he has died once, and
Nope.
not dying is a really solid measure of your consistency as a player. Your ability to continue to move without falling off the edge, generally considered a good skill.
Not only in the game, but also in real life, dying is, you know, the last thing I would do.
Oh no, Momo falling off!
Momo
That's
does
gonna
not
be a
like my
normal
bad
section.
joke.
Momo,
That was
Momo
Momo's comment.
Yeah, Momo was so disheartened and disillusioned
Yeah.
by commentator's sense of humor that he decided to do exactly what we said not to and jump right off the edge.
Yeah, it was a dad joke, and because it was a dad joke, he was like, I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do, Dad, so...
What are sons for if not to rebel against their
Yeah.
fathers?
Exactly. And I'm gonna have some stern talking with him afterwards, because that doesn't work. Alright, but all jokes aside, for at least 10 seconds, we are already in Wet Dry World.
I'm gonna get angry emails later. Oh, just because they're both German, they're related, huh? Nice racism, Shantastic. Very shameful. Onyx.tv, our sponsor, is being contacted right now to complain about me.
Yeah, that mail will be sent by me. But, yeah. Because personally, I'm offended now, but I actually am not. Because why would I? Oh, is that lag reduction camera movement by Xein? And he gets zapped. Just like that.
Heimflow!
With the subscription here.
Heimflow, of course, the famous German rapper. Momo picking up a key here from Fire Sea.
You know, I was actually thinking about if that was true, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not into, like, I like German rap, but I'm not that deep in it. So if anybody in chat can hit me up if that actually is true, or hit me out with some good German rap.
No, it was just a joke. It was just a joke on the time and flow.
Dude, it could be.
I don't listen. Hi Flow, you're awesome, and thank you for subbing. Thank you for supporting the stream. Oh, Austrian rapper. My bad. I apologize if anyone asks you for an autograph or to sign their Steam profile. That is not that's not publicity that you asked for. I really hope that does not affect your life in any way.
If you get famous, please shout Shan out.
Oh, for sure. If you get famous, contact Onyx.tv. They might be looking to sponsor some more folks.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you do that.
And Momo starting here in Wet Dry World 100, while Xein is just blazing through his 2 more stars to go.
Also, I think Momo had some weird bug RNG. The coins they spread, but they aligned, so they basically just went right in Mario's way as he was collecting the blue coins. That was kind of weird. I thought that was bad RNG, but in the end it worked out. This game sometimes does weird stuff.
Indeed.
You know, some trivia for the people who speak German. I learned the other day in Do Whatever's chat that the Chakia in German is called Wolfmufti, which is really weird because it basically means, yeah, wolf is to throw. And Mufti, I don't even know, I can't even tell what the word means. I have a sense of what it indicates, but it's just such a weird name. And when I heard it, I was like, nah, that is not his real name. But apparently it is, and that just shows how great Nintendo all in all is with names, being quirky, being funny. And I'm loving it. And this is part of the reason why I love this game. And Momo is bonking, because I should probably talk about the game, not about trivia about the game. So yeah.
Yeah, I forgot exactly what Mufti means, but if I had about 3 minutes where I didn't have to be, you know, commentating a race, I could kind of describe the concept abstract. Oh, Xein.
That was close.
Bonks. Because I've only seen the word in French reading. I was reading Voltaire with my French class. It was like the 1 year that I was in the Francophone class. That was a mistake. And so like I kind of understood what it was, but also I didn't. Meanwhile, Xein kind of running through THI here. Certainly, THI is very hated among certain commentators here at the GSA.
Which I cannot understand because I like watching it.
I get it. I like watching it. There's a lot I don't like about playing it, and I imagine it's a stage I would hate hate more and more the better I got at the game.
Yep, that's true. All right.
And ooh, okay. Very interesting. Just to clarify, so this race is live, but Xein is posting in chat. Those chat messages, however, are pre-recorded. Xein has set those Twitch chat messages to the Boomerang app and has set them to send at certain timer points. Ooh, Xein misses a Piranha Plant.
And Xein knew when to post it because I have a list of trivia and jokes I'm gonna make during the commentary. It is live, but since I'm not creative, I always have to write stuff up. No, I'm German. I like to be like prepared for stuff. So yeah, he knew I was gonna say that in Wet Dry World, so we both talked about that.
Also, viewers asking if the commentary is pre-recorded. Commentary is not pre-recorded. In fact, it's not live either. Commentary has not yet happened. You're hearing commentary that will be done in the future. So commentary is post-recorded.
SM64 and the commentary here breaking all concepts of time and space.
I mean, honestly, don't be limited by such a dimension, right?
Yeah.
If you can view time as anything more than linear, Xein misses the mountain clip. unfortunate for him.
The concept of time is you know, it's so 19. Okay. Can anybody tell me when Einstein came up with the relativity theory? Because I was gonna make a joke about before that happened, you know.
It's so 20th century, which is when theory of relativity did come out.
Okay, yeah.
Officially released. Can't remember who the developer was. I think Einstein was the developer. I forgot who the publisher was. It was either a German or American company.
Huh. That's the next question. But yeah. Time.
Shout outs to Madeline Engel. Certainly was very important to the development of speedrunning.
Yep.
And m0m0 gonna be doing some gardening here, and Xein with a little bit of trouble, and he almost backed up. Almost did the walking back. They're not quite.
Almost got it. That backup is so hard to get, and it's so cool if it works. But yeah, fortunately he can just back that up, like the falling down, just back it up with Lonely Mushroom Star.
Yeah, but it loses a lot of time to do that mountain clip, all for nothing. It's not the backup that loses time, it's redoing the strat that you did up until the point you made the mistake. That is always the time loss, because it is the movement that you're going to have to complete. Xein gets gets the mountain clip, gets the wall kick this time, the log wall kick, and grabs on and manages to wind his way back up on top of the mountain. Behind the waterfall, there is a star. I don't know if you knew that, you lovely viewers. It's a lesser-known secret in Mario 64. Only known to people who have ever seen a speedrun ever.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I did not finish the game. Like, I did not 100% the game as a kid, so I probably did not know that.
My first 100% was at the ripe young age of 24.
Yeah, we were still young and had energy and dreams. Yeah.
m0m0 gets a log wall kick, gonna be headed to the top of the mountain. Only a little over 2 stars behind his opponent. So a sizable lead, but not too bad. Xein asserting that competitive edge, but still a lot of run to go.
Yeah, I think m0m0 had a very good TTM so far. And Xein, yeah, fell down once, so m0m0 should be making up some time here, but we'll see. Gonna go with those scary shrooms here. They are indeed scary, and I think I skipped that star as well because, yeah, I was afraid of many things as a child. Shrooms, pianos, you know, half of the game basically was scary for me, but yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Scary or too hard? I think I never got the Snowman's Head Star either, but Xein is not me 15 years ago.
Xein with some stylish star grabs on the top of that snowman's head. Not a huge deal, but is asserting a slight movement deficit over m0m0, who seems to have the better movement, but is continuing to make mistakes. Or rather, has continued to make mistakes, but who knows, with the right level of consistency, the right level of execution, we might see m0m0 come back into this game bit by little bit.
Yeah, it can happen, and also, as always, Tippy, the end of the run basically before the last stage, is a game changer, and yeah, we'll see that. Both actually did not go for breezes, which, yeah, makes sense. It's a very precise wall kick angle, etc., so not gonna go for it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, indeed. Of course, just a lot of things to be considering here in this run, especially the ways that these players are performing here in this league. Xein continues to maintain this 2.5 star edge over his opponent. He's going to be finishing up the final anti-bully zone and going to head down into Hazy Maze Cave. And this 2.5 star lead is pretty consistent. Both players completely on par with each other. Hit the course and make par against your opponent in Golf Clash. Go to onyx.tv/speedrun to download the app in a way that allows you to earn points while playing. Earn 500 Onyx and get a free subscription to your favorite Twitch channel.
So you're trying to tell me that I can play a game, have fun while playing it, earn points, get a free sub for this channel so I can get those amazing emotes? I mean, I paid $5. If I knew that, I would have played the game before. Is that what you're trying to say?
That is exactly what I am saying, Rock On.
Oh man.
We should call you Catch On X because you catch on quick.
That's my fourth name because I have 3 names and 1 surname. And my parents apparently just pulled a big prank on me, not just with my childhood but also with my names, but that is a different topic.
My birth name is Rock On, actually.
Rock On and then the X and that what you just said as the 4th name. But
Indeed. On stage, your name is Rock On. In class, your name is Catch On. In the dojo, your name is Wax On.
yeah, it's now that you say it, it's kind of a practical name. You can just adjust it, and it makes sense. It is the future of names, to be fair.
Well, I mean, that is kind of what we're doing, right? Is that, like, there comes a point where the more and more public your internet life becomes, the more a part of who your identity, like your screen name, becomes, right? There are times where my name is not Shashank, it's Shantastic, right? So it's kind of crazy how that manifests, where your screen name becomes an extension of your identity.
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, Momo kidnapping bunnies.
Talking to toads, kidnapping bunnies, all for stars. Is it worth it? We'll see in the end. So stay tuned.
Indeed. Really good question for Rock On in the chat.
I was trying to, but Twitch says my name's way too cool and I have to keep it. But I might try again. It does make a lot of sense. If you tune in next week or in 2 weeks' time, that might actually have happened. You'll see, but you will only see if you hear, you know, if you hear and watch it, then you will know if I will change my name, if the name change was allowed.
Indeed.
All right.
Sign here.
Yeah.
Still with 2 stars over his opponent, keeping that edge. How? And speaking of edges, jumping on every edge here in the HMC room and doing the triple jump wall kick strat. I wouldn't be surprised to see Momo go right side for Amazing Emergency Exit, as we do know his track record with wall kicks in this run.
Yeah. But I think he just did the star, so he went for the risky wall kick strat here and he actually got it. So wall kicks do work out for him now.
And also going right, you still have to do the wall kick, right? You have to wall kick up to the... And side flip wall kicks actually have worked out worse for him. Commentator, realizing what he said, even in jest, was completely 100% wrong. Instead of moving on past it and hoping no one noticed, opts to air the holes in his logic for everyone to see. Not necessarily the best PR move, but gotta admire his integrity.
Shan, it's 2019. People are not wrong.
Oh, Xein missing the Locky 2 bounce. Follow-up movement. That is a very precise jump that you have to make only a couple frames in order to climb up the slope. Which does mean, so what's interesting about frame precise tricks like wall kicks and slope jumps is that most of the time, the big time losses don't come from jumping too late, but because you have to hit such a precise timing, you jump too early and thus Mario doesn't jump at all. And that happens with wall kicks. Most of the wall kicks you see that bonk, those aren't missed timings. Those are overzealous timings where you press A too early. And that's typically what happens when you see someone bonk and fall. And that's what happened with Xein here.
Yeah, but his backup was quick, and now second try.
There we go, and picks up a nice pull grab.
Weird camera angle here, but it works. Gonna go for the ledge grab here. No wall kicks here. Play it safe. Grab the star. Let's see what Momo does. side flip strat here.
On wall kick, he has no trouble hitting. Goes for the 3 jump. No glitch, no clipping. Very good, solid movement. I'm gonna do the ledge grab himself.
Yeah, safe and solid. It worked out. Oh, Xein getting the backup here. The backup wall kick does not fall down. And beats those tricky triangles.
Indeed. Not so tricky after all, and m0m0 gonna be headed back in here. Having saved a little time over Xein, so under 2 stars. And in Tippy, the stars get a lot shorter, which means that if he's under 2 stars behind, that means he has closed quite a bit of a gap, which is a good thing. Oh, Xein misses the main movement. Salt and Ginger.
Oh! Does not get the backup triple jump here. It's such a hard backup. It's so easy to die here. And yeah, that's Xein's first death. And that can happen so easily. Oh man.
Indeed. Salt and Ginger comes in with the Twitch Prime subscription. Spices up the action a little too much. And Xein taking a hot fall. Might have a little sodium in his blood after that. And Xein actually opting not to go for the main movement. Oh, okay. Manages to
Gets the backup this time.
That is not a movement that I like doing ever.
Nope.
It's not that it's super difficult, but it is not free. And if you mess up, unlike with other backups, if you mess up, you die. And that is a very, very weird rope to fall. Looks like Xein had a little trouble finding the right AVI file to sub in for the rest of the run, but managed to figure out the right splice.
It's hard, you know? It's hard to find the right file sometimes, but it worked out.
And m0m0 going to be finishing up here in Rainbow Ride. Less than a star behind his opponent. Going to be starting here in TTC 100. Anything can go wrong. TikTok clock 100 coin. Harder to die than other parts of TTC, but much easier to lose time. Seems kind of ironic, but big falls cause you to have to retake entire parts of the level. Invisible walls. Commentator rhyming a little bit. Looks like everything going pretty smoothly for Xein.
Put out a GSA fire for that rhyme. Shan just pulled out of his head. Yeah, the gap between those two really closed. They're not too far apart. It's gonna be good.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a good finish here.
And m0m0 hitting these blue coins in succession. And Xein doing a little bit of backup back flipping.
Backup back flipping. That's a good word.
And his little hat he's tipping as he goes back into TikTok clock.
m0m0 only 2 boxes away.
Indeed. Oh, Mr. Coin almost falls off the edge. That is real scary. And you see m0m0's eyebrows nearly hit the ceiling there. m0m0 emulating the GSA S emote.
It's a good emote, to be fair.
Now, does the S in m0m0 S, does that stand for sweating or scared? Type 1 if it's sweating, type 2 if it's scared.
And if it's as for Sham, you type in 3. Just because. Ha! Hypnotoad.
It is a 3. Oh my goodness. Wow, it is actually m0m0 Sham. Who would have thought? I think these guys are trolls. Very disgraceful, honestly. Viewers not taking the voting seriously.
Yeah.
This is a crucial election as to what the meaning of m0m0 S really is.
Totally
But
not
Xein-
my fault.
Xein picking up the star here. Yeah, commentator very disappointed in the viewers. Just trolling here. And GSA. Oh no, m0m0 falls off!
But does
Oh
not
my god,
die.
he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. But this is very, very difficult to back up. Looks like
Yeah.
he's doing it and plays nice and safe, gets it.
Oh, but gets burned! That
Gosh,
falls
and
down
he doesn't
again.
die again. He doesn't get bopped by that pendulum. That's a real dangerous pendulum.
dude.
And he gets it. Oh my gosh, and he gets
Flame.
barely picks up the
Yeah, I was
and
so
he wall kicks off the
I was so certain he was gonna do that. That is yeah. I saw it coming, and I'm glad he did that. It loses time, but it looks so cool. Yeah, he's laughing.
Momo is so consistent on TikTok clock moving that he did that movement 3 times in a row on the same without dying.
It's actually
Xein
not easy to
finishing
do.
up. Yeah, Xein finishing up his reds. Gonna be done here in TikTok clock real soon. I believe he did do TTC 69.
Yeah, he did.
Doesn't look like he overshot the star. Yeah, he's fine. And he even gets a little ground pound. Little ground pound for swag.
And Momo just stood on the hand of the clock. Just because. Yeah, he's laughing. He's having fun, you know.
He's having fun, but he's got some points to contend for. Points are how he has been ahead of Xein this entire time. But man, he's got to fall in line.
Oh, that was a bonk by Xein.
Ooh,
Too far to the right there.
yeah. Xein maybe hitting the wine before playing, because the bonks are a little bit bopping. Overall, a decent start. Going for a super safe triple jump dive.
Yeah.
Can't say I blame him.
Nah, if he plays super safe now. Yeah, and he falls down just like that. But that was not a big mistake. So yeah.
Momo does have one more star to go. He did opt for TikTok clock 70. Oh, and he takes a little fall. Gives a little cringe. Can't say I blame him.
Left side by Xein here. Momo's gonna wrap up. TTC.
And Momo hopping up, hippity hoppity. Your star is my property.
Star appropriation.
True. And Xein gonna be headed here into Bowser in the sky for those throws.
Can still get a 51 here. That was not far enough. Bowser still chilling on his platform, but is gonna hit the bomb now. Just launches off. Oh! Xein cannot re-grab Bowser. Does not work. Bowser spits some fire. And Xein is afraid of being hit by fire.
God. And every ROM hack veteran in the chat getting Kaizo flashbacks.
Xein is not having a good time here in the last fight, but yeah, misses the throw.
Ugly throw. Very disheartening, but hopefully Xein can pick it back up.
Oh, but Momo falls down. I was gonna say
Alright.
Momo can make up some points, but he falls down, but still not done yet. Xein barely not getting a 51 here.
Ooh, Momo might have wanted to recenter and pick up those coins. Does not want to take a death here. He is going for triple jump wall kick. If he dies here, that's gonna be bad, but he's okay. All right. Whew.
That was kind of risky.
That was very risky. Definitely. Triple jump wall kick is not luck based. It is it's a precise trick, which means that the more you miss it, the more likely you are to miss it again. There is no RNG. So typically speaking, if you're missing triple jump wall kick, you want to be playing a little safer.
For me, it feels like luck, but that's because I haven't practiced that enough. Xein with a 52-12, wrapping up his part of the race, and Momo, but he will still get some points, you know. Still within range of a minute, I guess. So 10 seconds.
Yeah.
24-ish points, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
07.
What was it was 07?
It was 07. I'm sorry, Xein.
Okay, so it looks like Momo will be locking in about 24 points or 25. I think it's 24. If I do the math. Yes, because yeah, it's 24.
All right. Still a decent amount of points here. my
Yeah,
computer
so-
telling me that he wants to reset. You cannot reset right now, computer. I have told you 1,000 times today, but that is my personal problem.
Indeed. But
Sorry.
it would be your problem, but it would be our loss. Unfortunately, we're not going to be having an interview here because unfortunately the competitors did not pre-record their answers. But we will be right back at you with the last match of the night. Do not go anywhere. More exciting Mario action coming back in just a few moments.
See ya, guys. Stay tuned.